time slot will be up as this fight begins.
They're going to pop the courier, and now IG, they have kind of spoiled this, but they are going to be able to find the opening cut onto Stinger. Kaka does manage to get the hangs onto a very tanky Chris Luck, but K1 Hector quickly takes out the line. Now they manage to get the coil. Skewer bringing the bolt. Chris Luck with a beautiful push forward, but it may not be quite enough as the infinite shots rain in on Emo. They need a little bit more control. Yule Scepter buys them some time as Fly shows up with the epicenter as well, and now the Wish is here. Emo, fully healed up, is going to be able to turn and chase down this puck. Schofield, no orb for 4 seconds. He's just dead. An ultra kill.
Killed off. There's no BKB. There's no Shadow Dance for Fly as the Slark will fall. Still holding on to that Sanities. Ahmed has not needed to use it yet. Just the right clicks alone have been enough. Emo going in. There's the curse. He grabs the bottom. He's building up the banner. Ahmed, he's ready to drop it down. The real base comes in. GG is called. It's absolutely over. And he's backing up. Fisher. Timsy blocked him up. He's blocked him up. It wants to go to Tiger. It's the 3-man black hole. It's the 3-man black hole for Tiger. And it's enough to kill the Jet. To kill the end of the day on Tiger. This man got down Enigma. It's perfect. He's leading the other two. There's an echo. Is it enough though? Do they have the follow-up TNC? They do not. It's already too late with
Tiger, black hole back up in 3 seconds.
See if he can go for a big one. Amo! He's in trouble. Tiger is in! But it could be black hole. The hands have got heal. Amo's in trouble. Amo will fall! Get rid of the trouble.
That's game!
With them done it for Tims! It's a 4-man echo, but it's an echo too late. GG is called!
DreamLeague Season 13 is brought to you by Corsair, Monster Energy, Mercedes-Benz, and DreamHack.
Leipziger Messe, and I am so happy that we do not have a champion yet, because it means that we still have at least 2 full days of awesome Dota 2 to be played. Grant, I cannot wait for the games today.
Same. Some of the best games already. We haven't seen Secret VG in a while. We haven't even seen Alliance in a couple of days, so I'm just excited to see all those teams play again even.
Me too. And I mean, VG Secret, of course, upper bracket finals. These 2 teams, I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but
more than likely the finals.
There were 5 majors last year, 5 majors this year as well. But Secret and VG both have 2 titles of those.
That's crazy.
And how crazy that they are still on the top level. But all that later today, you know, we'll take it 1 step at a time, no worries. And the next step is to get some more company for Grant on the couch.
That'd be great.
That would be great. So please, let's welcome in Audi Pixel and Cinderan. Hello, sirs.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello?
Let's go!
Oh, wow.
So what made you guys choose that door over that door?
I didn't know which door it was supposed to come in, and that one was nearer, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, great reasoning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's a bit early, but you know.
A bit early?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? It's 10 a.m.
Well, it's pretty early.
It's 10 a.m.
Usually I'm still asleep by now, so it's early for me.
Usually I haven't gone to bed yet.
Yeah, actually, I've been awake for 47 hours. So.
Can we get this man some medical attention, please? All right, guys. We have a lot to talk about this morning, and I'm sure that everybody is aware of what we've been doing every morning. And we're coming a step closer to talking about Tier 5 items. That's tomorrow. We're talking at the moment about Tier 4 items and how good they are, which are the best ones, which are the worst ones. You know, that way you know that when you get in your pub and you get an item, you'll know instantly, hey, I heard OD Pixel, this is the best Tier 4 item there is, so I'm happy now. Well, what's the best Tier 4 item there is?
I wish let Sin take the lead. He's a bit of an expert on Tier 4.
Hey. I'm just not going to say anything.
To recover from that one.
I would say Spell Prism is one of those that just like super stands out, especially on the heroes right now. Like you get that with an Omni Knight, and all of a sudden you're like just maybe better hero than anyone else in the game. I think some of the worst ones, you know, you get fogged on here talking about Flicker. You could talk how bad that item is for probably hours.
But I love Flicker.
Why?
You can cast it regardless of if you're taking damage or not. You can get out of any like you should,
or you can get into any situation.
No, but you're only using it when you're about to die or when you're like in a tricky situation where basically you have this thought like, well, any place is better than here. And then you get away.
I'm sure it's giving you that chance that you wouldn't have if you didn't have it. But I think if you're comparing it against the other Tier 4 items, it's definitely like, you got to put it in the middle. Because it could be an amazing item that saves your life, or it could be an item that gets you killed in situations where maybe your teammates would have been able to save you if you didn't sort of go for the panic play and press the Flicker.
To me, the ones that stand out, the top three, probably Spell Prism, Illusionist Cape, and Witless Shaco.
No Princess Knife, no Leveler?
Leveler is really situational, because like 50 attack speed is not really a great slot, and the siege effect only works if you're pushing the base, right? In a lot of situations.
What about, I feel at least at pro play, I feel like Ninja Gear has a lot of value, because if you think of those sort of playmaking heroes, especially at the high level, where obviously teams are very good with the vision, you know, wards are down, being able to sort of play around that with that one, you know, single-use smoke on yourself, you know, you see like these Enigmas, these Earthshakers being able to make these jumps that would be otherwise very hard to play against, and having Ninja Gear just makes it that much harder for the enemy to read your movement.
No, I agree, and it's funny, right? It like started off as a kind of like all the carries were using like, oh, 30 agility, this is great, but now we're seeing it is like the playmakers are doing it instead, like the Enigmas, and you just give it to your
what's the counterplay? If sort of he's sitting back on the smoke, you have to make sure that you've got heroes running for the backline.
I don't have one.
You can't rely on the vision.
It's really awesome on Disruptor when he gets Ags. I think, or Ags Duels rather. I believe it was one of the games in the minor. I think GH got it on Disruptor, and he was like waiting in creep waves for the storm to jump to farm them, and he would just be smoked. An instant static storm kill. Bottom three for me: Magic Lamp, Havoc Hammer, and Flicker. I think maybe Minotaur Horn. It kind of depends on the situation.
You like the Witless Shaco?
I think Shaco's top three.
It's a lot of HP, 1,000 HP.
It's
you've got to think of sort of the effective
400 mana.
Sure, but there's a lot of heroes that can easily play the game without that.
The Leshrac yesterday, right? We saw Leshrac with it. He just never died. Plenty of mana too.
Awesome on a lot of fives, especially that have mana boots or something already. Like when you get to late game and you're a Disruptor level 20 of 1,500 mana, you can let go of 400 to be like 50% tank.
I mean, no, exactly. Crazy. Like at that point of the game, that HP is going to be worth so much more than having more mana. That you're never going to go down to 0 mana on some heroes.
All right. Well, I hope that everybody is a little bit wiser regarding Tier 4 items. Of course, tomorrow we'll be discussing the Tier 5 items. We'll see how that goes, which one's the most OP one. But first, let's just talk about something else. And before that, let's watch a video about Liquid and their ups and downs.
I think the reason why we are so uneven, like these up and downs, is because like, especially after TI, we took a very long break, and we haven't played on these stage games, right? Until we played Rotterdam, and it felt like different. We were all pretty rusty, so the nerves got to us, and eventually we lost to like Nip and Demon Slayers and got knocked out.
They take down Insania, and there's the chase now after Mickey. There's going to be a buyback coming out from Insania again, as they're going to chase them all the way back. That's a triple kill. This is
a disaster for
This
Liquid.
is game over.
We played really bad. We did feel really good before the tournament because we had good results in scrims. But when we played the tournament and when we in the stage, we got nervous and everything went to shit. We ended up performing the worst ever. So yeah. On this specific stuff that we need to like work harder, because when we just had a long break, we need to work harder for the first major. Otherwise, we're gonna get last place again, and that would not be nice. So we worked extremely hard. We did whatever we could, and we had a long boot camp on playing against good teams and scrims and all that stuff. And we studied the teams, and then we got top 6 in the major. It's like our team is a bit weird. Like it's special. It's not the same as other teams. It's like we need to lose to like get motivation or something. Like it's a bit weird, but still I love my team. So the up and down about us is weird. It's just weird. We need to lose to come back. This is how it is for us.
They need to lose to come back. I think that every Liquid fan out there is asking, but why?
I mean, you can't really make a comeback if you're winning, because that's just throwing. To turn the game around, you do have to be losing. So
we should just go into the series, give Alliance one game. I mean, start 1-0 for them. Give Liquid a chance.
Maybe that will give them the sort of heads up.
Am I the only one disappointed we didn't get a shot of them like pointing at each other or with this outfit on? Like the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man, yeah.
There's like 5 people. You could have done it in like a pentagon. It would have looked amazing.
But they're also not wearing those shirts on stage. Like they're still wearing their white shirts, right?
Look, they're wearing them right there.
Yeah, but I mean, like this was media day, and then today
and at media day,
I've seen
you're
them
not
already.
allowed to point.
They're wearing their old shirts.
Now we can.
Really? I do think Liquid's journey this major has been quite phenomenal.
Yeah.
Obviously they almost threw the biggest lead in Dota history. That was already something special, but we've also seen them grow after that. And we hear it from Taiga as well. They did well in scrims before, and then afterwards they just, like during the group stage, they just fell flat a bit.
And if you actually go back to DreamLeague 12, the fact that both these teams almost lost to a random NA team, it makes you wonder. Now they're both in this top 6 in the major. It just goes to show how crazy and the parity in Dota right now.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it goes to show how good NA is.
I think everyone knew, like, that's already true, so I don't have to say it.
Fair.
But it is crazy. They were half a second away from getting knocked out, right?
Yes.
They're literally half a second away from
just like that.
getting dead last. Now they're
almost qualified to TI because of that.
Actually.
Guaranteed.
I mean, they are, because they now have 1,800 points.
Yeah.
But what if a new team got first at every major and new teams got second, third, fourth, and fifth? Okay.
I think it's mathematically impossible for them not to make it.
I think it's pretty much, yeah.
But if you do manage, Ren, I'll be cheering for you the whole way.
I appreciate it, Sind.
Yeah. With Liquid as well, Alliance as well, they now have something like 1,300 points or something, even if they get eliminated in the first series. So they also are looking very good to make it to TI. So these teams are kind of settled.
Yeah.
We're getting ahead of ourselves once again. We got one more topic 3 to go over, and it's a topic that you guys selected for us as everyday community topic. And this time, you guys chose the year of the... Isn't it the year of the mouse?
No, it's the year of the rat. It is definitely, yeah. Well, that's... Yeah, someone told me it was the year of the rat.
Yeah, but I also saw...
Loda told me. Loda came up to me and said, hey, you know what year? It's the year of the rat. And
but I also saw...
I knew to make it a joke, but I believe what Loda says.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. The year of the rat. All right, what are we thinking about the year of the rat?
Are we just talking about this year?
Yes.
Some good Dota, I think. No, it's a
Talking
good
about
year.
Alliance?
2020, we're in the new freaking decade. You guys got any big plans?
No.
Okay.
Keep on doing this, Grant.
That's good.
I'm just thinking for the year of the rat, the patch isn't really fitting for that. So we might need to, Ice Frog loves the Chinese culture a lot in Dota.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a big split push patch coming out soon. So
What needs to happen for it to be a split push patch? What do you buff? What do you nerf? What do you do?
I think the tempo of the game right now really demands that you are able to team fight. So first of all, maybe a change to kill gold to make it more valuable to play for creeps, or nerf towers a little bit to make them easier to push. There's like many different buttons that you could like tweak return a little bit. So, but really, we haven't had a true split push patch, if you will, for I feel like 3 years by now.
I mean, it's just very hard nowadays. What with the bots and the TP scrolls, having those separate cooldowns and things, it's just so easy to be able to react to those plays. And players have they continue to get better, right? Pro plays. So you're less likely to see these top teams get caught out in those situations. It's going to be incredibly rare.
And heroes, right? Like Nature's Prophet, not in the meta. Lone Druid just gets first ban versus the only team who picks it. And I mean, Morphling, right? Morphling was the big one. He's not that hero anymore. He's not the, I'm just going to make a replicate of myself in TP and farm the entire map.
Do you guys know what lunar sign you are, zodiac sign for the Chinese New Year things?
No.
No.
Sid?
No.
Why not?
Do you?
Yeah,
Good
I do,
talk.
because I have an easy one, because I know I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
For just the,
I think
all
I
year
am
round.
too. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's what, yeah, I'm
But
Aries.
it's about the year you were born.
Okay.
Not about when you.
I'd rather not say that on stage.
And for me, it's handy because I'm also born in the year of the Taurus. Taurus or Bull or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like boring up 2 of the same ones.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I remember. All right, guys.
I think Owen would be a squid.
Is that even
I
an
don't think
option?
there is that. I don't
There
think
is
there is that.
I'm just a squid. Thank you, God.
Why
You're
are you
welcome.
squid?
Can you be a blobfish?
I'm good with my tentacles.
Okay, Owen. It is time to move this forward. Could you please get these people on the stage? Get
the hell out of here, please.
Pick a door. Vanish through it. We'll see you for the game. We'll see you for the cast. All right, tentacles, we'll skip topics and we'll,
Let's get out of there.
get out of there. And I get into it with the new panelists, get into the next series. Let's welcome in Lizard and Kyle.
Wow.
Ooh, look at that hustle.
Hey.
Goodness.
Good morning.
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 Are you guys ready for some awesome Dota 2?
I am indeed.
You are indeed.
Ready and waiting.
Ready and waiting. We'll take a quick look at the brackets first, see where we, left off with all of this, and talk about what's coming today. So we are very, very close to crowning a champion. We have 5 teams left. We're going to start in the lower bracket today. Liquid Alliance elimination game, followed by the upper bracket finals between Vici Gaming and Team Secret, and then the winner of Liquid Alliance will play again today against Evil Geniuses. Normally I ask, what series are you looking forward to most today? Every single game is a blockbuster today.
It definitely is. I think for me, it has to be the upper bracket finals, especially after hearing Arteezy talk about it. He explained both teams, they're similar skill levels, but they're the exact opposite in how they got to that skill level. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy game.
Also, Vici Gaming, exactly 1 year ago, they ended up in the grand finals of DreamLeague, right? They won the minor and then they won the DreamLeague major as well.
Yeah, they're the defending champions of the DreamLeague major. Kyle, what are you looking forward to for Liquid Alliance?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is my matchup to watch. I'm really hyped to be here. So I got so much energy, even though it's early in the morning. There's a bit of a rivalry between these two teams.
A little,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if Liquid probably would have preferred to drop to VP in the BO1 versus lose here against Alliance. So there's a lot of pride on the line, and I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, there is a lot of pride on the line, because when we're talking about this matchup, it is Europe versus Europe, first of all, and that's already, we've been talking about a lot of these regional matchups that we've been having. But on top of that, it is new Alliance versus old Alliance. I know it's just been a couple months already, but I think this will still count throughout the rest of their careers, I would imagine.
It definitely will, and you just look at it, right? In these qualifiers, Liquid just keeps dominating the qualifiers, but then they make it to the event and they seem to fall to these kind of rival teams. Will this finally be the first time?
And also, just to make a point, looking ahead, there's 3 European teams in the top 6.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this region deserves at least a couple of extra spots with OG and NIP returning. They can take them from NA, honestly. They're not doing much.
Comparing OG and NIP, huh?
Yeah.
How do
they both have TI winning captains.
How do you two NA boys feel about that, by the way?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, our
cool. Do you
region's
like
garbage.
Yeah.
Please, give us something!
No, well, which region would you take it away from then?
Everywhere else. Just 8 spots for Europe.
8 spots for Europe, all
Yeah,
right.
the rest from the minor.
I mean, we got a European TI coming, so why not?
Yeah,
Right?
no, I would agree. I think for this next upcoming one, I think it's probably going to be, you know, the 3 for China, 3 for Europe seems the most likely. You see these IGs, these VCs, like the top tier of these 2 regions are just so high compared to the others.
I'd actually take 4 from each of the regions, to be honest. I think because they're just so deep.
We can also just, you know, rather than having 16 teams at a major, we'll just
40.
start.
Let's just let everyone.
No. You got
Let's
to
have
be with
128
it
teams.
would
That'd
have
be
to
sick.
be actually 40 could work, but I would say 32.
Okay.
Let's start with 32. I think that will be very exciting.
It'll be a long tournament.
It will be
It'll
a
be
long
fun.
tournament. This is a nice paycheck, I'd say. For us, that is. Not
Do
for
your
us.
bracket predictions. Good luck. Don't get the first one wrong or you're done.
All right, guys, let's talk about these teams because Liquid Alliance, as Grant says, this is a rivalry. They sometimes face, the first time they faced, it was Alliance that beat Liquid. Then they faced at the major, and it was Liquid beating Alliance. And now they're here again. And I feel like every time we see these teams, they're doing a bit better. Before I'm going to let you guys talk, let's hear what Taiga had to say before this game.
How I feel about playing against Lions? It feels pretty good. Like, personally, like, we have been in Lions for like 2 years, right? And now we're fighting them again. So we had like played against them like 3 times already. And I think the scores between us like 2-1. We lost to them in the qualifiers, and we beat them in the major, and we beat them in the qualifiers again, the second qualifiers. So I think I'm pretty confident personally to play against them. But also they're like, I'm also friends with the Alliance players. So it's like, it's weird to just, you know, to play against your ex-organization, but I think we can manage.
He thinks he can manage. I would imagine so, that he can manage, at least considering past results. But what about the forms that the teams are in right now? How would you rate the 2 teams right here, right now?
If you look at the road which they have taken to get here, right? I think Liquid, they have been tested a little bit harder.
Agreed.
If you look at Alliance, if you look at their group as well, they were with Reality Rift, they beat them and VP, I believe 2-0, both series to get into the upper bracket, but then they just lost to Secret. And I don't think that VP and Reality Rift are a real test for them.
Yeah, and they beat Navi in the upper bracket as well. So, right, it was Navi.
Yeah. They did 2-1.
Yes. That was their one impressive win, I would say, at that part. Yeah, agreed.
I think it's just cool. Like, I know both of these teams pretty well. Like Hansk and Limp, Aiden, or Insania rather. Like Mickey, like these guys will come back to Han. Played with and against them for like 6-7 years, and it's really funny because they even know the teams. That we had Blitz talking about Lone Druid, and he's like, "Yeah, I dare a team to give us Lone Druid." And walking in with Fada, he was like, "Hey, you know, you're a coach. What would you ban?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I got ideas. Like, maybe you guys should try playing Lone Druid. He's like, nah. We're banning that shit. No way. So there's very much like an understanding between the teams. And I think that they have very similar play styles. And also, they're in arguably the best form that I think these players ever have been in. Liquid obviously has been a team for a lot longer. But you look at like Limp and Hanskin 3-3, middling results over the last couple of years where all of a sudden now they're in a conversation as like one of the best 5 teams in the world. This is new ground for them.
Yeah, and I think the thing I look at, though, is Liquid, you kind of always know what they're going to last pick, right? These Storms, these Morphlings. On Alliance's side, they're picking these Bat Rider 5s, they're picking Bat Rider middle. I think they do have a little more variance, and I don't know if that's necessarily good,
Exactly.
but it's definitely different.
Yeah, because Liquid, it looks like they have figured out the meta and they adjusted to it. They have their own style, their own gameplay. Last night as well, Blitz was just saying, Oracle, Lone Druid, they invented their own things. They're not constricted with these meta heroes.
Timbersaw is getting first 2 banned against them as an example. I think that if I'm Alliance, you don't necessarily attack the core hero pool. You try and like deal with their their assets afterwards. Like if you give away a first 2 Lesh, that's fine. Don't give them Oracle second phase because that just looks like it makes the power level of the hero just spike uncomfortably. Same goes with like if you give away Drow, maybe don't give away Slardar Avenge, but just don't give Liquid like this easy draft where they can find kills and then immediately take towers and out team fight you throughout the game.
It's crazy though, last night Liquid, they pushed high ground like 30 minutes in. That's not the Liquid I know.
I know.
No.
And they succeeded. That was the thing,
did.
right? They'll sometimes do it, and then they'll just be like, ooh, and then they'll just not for a while.
All right, during this game, once again, you guys can vote for MVP from your home, hashtag, and then the player names. Here's the commands. Every name is, of course, I think you're going to be all good. But yeah, MVP, don't forget, you can only start voting once the game is live. So not yet.
Not yet.
No spams just yet.
But you can spam. Spam your favorite player. That's what you should do.
You should always do that.
Support.
It's like just cheering for your squad,
Exactly.
right? You have to.
Yep.
I would say, actually, good advice. This series, if you're from Europe and you're like rooting for a little bit of both, which I can imagine, right?
Oh, definitely.
Pick one and then cheer only hard for that one team, because that makes the game that much more exciting, I think. Anyway, we're going to have a quick break, but when we're back, it is a Liquid Alliance time. We'll see you soon.